What's going on, Virgo? Welcome to your weekly forecast for the week of October 12th through the 18th of 2020. Brian here with you. Thank you so much for being here. Well, we have a Mercury retrograde on Tuesday, oppose Uranus. Mercury in your third house, oppose Uranus in your ninth. We have one of the most intense new moons I've ever seen in my life. In your in your second house, opposing Mars retrograde in your eighth house, T-squaring Pluto and Saturn in your fifth house. Let's look at the chart because there's a lot going on. Start with that Mercury retrograde in your third house. I think the environment is going to be really brought to mind, but it's this, I would say it's this disconnection from any environment that isn't of a higher purpose, that isn't of a higher universal nature, that isn't more spiritual. And it's going to bring it to mind in a big way. And it could feel really disconnected at times if you're not on some sort of path that is making sense in your environment in a bigger way. But it's like bringing those universal beliefs and universal wisdom and that higher octave down, and really disconnecting from any sort of environment or any sort of people that aren't of like a real twin-like vibe. And I think it's gonna be really brought to mind with this. We do have this new moon, which is just a trip in your second house. And this is definitely a new moon of like stepping into the ultimate self-confidence within you and really seeing the beauty and building that relationship with yourself more than anything. And it is going to oppose Eris and Mars in your eighth house. I think Mars is trying to have you, I would say, psychologically really figure out what your desires are in a really powerful way. And what physical things are really important in your life. And it's deep. And I think the more you can find the self-confidence to merge with something of a higher consciousness, the more it's going to feel, I would say, easier to go through. This is going to T-square Capricorn. So, of course, Pluto and Saturn are going to T-square this new moon. I mean, this is intense transformation of your heart deep within you so that you can shine. But are you going to restrict yourself with Saturn there from being in your heart and aligning with the environment and aligning with what you do truly value and disconnecting from what isn't of your truth, that doesn't have a deep value with other people? And it has a lot to do with other people, because what's the opposite sign here? Well, not sign. I mean, it is, of course, Cancer that rules your 11th house, but it is your 11th house, which is the collective. It is the people, and it is disconnecting from anything that isn't of your vibration, isn't of the heart. And that's an important point to focus on, is this big disconnection from what isn't of a higher octave of this reality and what isn't aligned with the heart. You got to connect with what brings the love and what lets you shine. It's important that you transform and let the king and queen within you just come out and own it. And I would say trust is a big thing here, to trust in something bigger and to trust yourself. And if you trust yourself, you're going to trust in something bigger, and it's going to connect you with yourself and with other people in a really powerful way. You got Venus here in your first house, really trying to, I would say, let yourself shine and let your ego be seen and valued and loved. But, it's going to oppose Neptune. So, are you going to be in a delusion of relationships and people that aren't of the love that you want to carry forward and move on and build with? The North Node is in your 10th house. It's about your future right now, and how you're going to build that? Well, you're going to build it by being strong in your emotions, by aligning with yourself, aligning with the people that are on your, you could say team, if you will, but that have that twin-like vibe here, especially with Mercury in your third, that see you, that, if you have love for yourself, you're going to align with people that have love for you. And I think that's a big thing right now. So it's like, are the relationships delusional? Is the love for yourself delusional right now? And I think that that's a big question that has to be asked, and a big deep truth that needs to come out, so that you can find that desire to step into your heart and connect with something of love. And that could be the most beautiful thing this week. But it's a lot. I would say this is just, it's a lot of fixed energy with these houses for you. So I think it's letting go of what you don't need to hold on to, but holding on to the most important thing, and that's the love. And to let this transformation take place and to step through that portal of really your ultimate uniqueness to innovate something great for the future. But it has to be with yourself in the right place, and you have to make sure that you're aligned with other people that see you for who you are and let you shine to connect to something bigger. The Three of Cups reversed. I mean, it's a great card, but it's reversed. Are you going to hold yourself back from probably one of the greatest experiences of your life emotionally by not letting go? I think this is trying to help let go of what isn't of love and what isn't of the truth and what isn't of the value in a big way this week. And, I would say that, there's really beautiful connections out there that can be made if you're not going to get stuck in like not thinking that you can have something beautiful or have that ultimate love. And it has a lot to do with people in your life right now. But it's the people that are of the vibration of you and of the environment that makes sense. There's got to be this twin-like vibe right now, and I think that's really going to be brought out with this Mercury retrograde. Where's the twin-like vibe? Are they vibing with you? Are they in that love that you're in? Is there a connection? Deep emotional connection? Do you have the same desires to create something amazing and to step out of the norm? I love you very much, Virgo. I will catch you next week. Peace.